So, can a human being follow a moral principle without ever intentionally violating it?
Without ever intentionally violating their moral principle?
Yeah.
It's a difficult path, and I know a lot of very spiritual people who have tried and who try on a daily basis to live by their ideals, to live by their moral code, to live by their fundamental ideals of what they think is right. And I admire those people, and I try to live up to that standard as well. I wish everyone would try to live up to that standard. I believe most people do. And I think that's what we should all be striving for.
So can a human being follow a moral principle without ever intentionally violating it, or not?
I would never, I don't know if I'm the right person to judge. I don't know if...
Just want to know your view.
I would hope that, yes, someone could.
Well, what about the principle of not murdering innocent people? Don't billions of people follow that principle from the day they're born to the day they die?
Yes.
So then it's possible to follow a moral principle.
Right, a moral principle, right.
Without ever
picking and choosing whatever the specific
principle. Yeah.
Oh, a moral principle.
Yeah,
yes.
Moral principle.
So I'm thinking of a code, a series of moral principles.
Okay,
but if you're picking one or two.
Okay, I give you you can do two easily, like not murdering innocent babies.
Right, exactly. Well,
now you got two.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's
not torturing babies.
Yes, or yes, I understand what you're saying.
I don't think anybody does that.
Rape, incest, all these things are bad, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's possible to follow these principles without ever intentionally violating them.
Yes, it would be.
Okay, and then there are good principles too, right?
There are some principles that are inherently good, yes.
These ones we just mentioned, they're all good.
Yeah.
And you can follow them without ever intentionally violating them.
So where are you going with this?
Well, my next question is, should a human being follow moral principles without ever intentionally violating them?
Yes, I would assume that would be the proper course of most people's lives, but I'm not one to dictate for anybody what their principles should be or what they could or not.
Just getting your opinion. All right. Could you mention one of your moral principles?
A moral principle for me would be, kindness and trying to be as kind to people as possible every day, trying to be as understanding of others every day, trying to understand or try to walk in a mile in someone else's shoes before I pass judgment about their position, their perspective, and trying to, keep in mind that everything that I do in the General Assembly should always keep into account the least of these, the people who are living on the margins of society, people who are impoverished, people who need a leg up and could use a hand up from government or from their community or from their school system. And so I try to live by a code that says government can help, that government can help business, government can help the impoverished, government can help new immigrants, it can help school systems, it can help with the environment. And so I try to live by a code that says, compassion above all things is the most important, fundamental thing that I should always be trying to achieve and trying to reach for in what I do.
Do you follow that principle without ever intentionally violating it?
No, I'm not a perfect human being.
Oh, sometimes you violate it. So previously you said that we should follow our moral principles without ever intentionally violating them. Are you telling me that you don't do what you say you should do?
Well, I think everyone is, human, and that, you could try to achieve what you think is the best for you, and you set a goal for yourself. But sometimes, you are a human being, and you will fall short of your goals and aspirations. And so I'm not.
Previously, you agreed that a human being can follow a moral principle without ever intentionally violating.
Well, yes, a moral principle, like not killing somebody, like not committing rape, like not committing something else.
Well, the one you mentioned cannot be followed without ever intentionally violating.
It's a little bit less cut and dry, the moral principle that I brought up. Trying to live your life by showing compassion for others at all times.
Showing compassion and being fair, or what's wrong with that? I mean, why can't you do that?
No, I think you can.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you couldn't.
Well, I'm not saying everyone's perfect,
Okay. How about this principle? Love thy neighbor as thyself.
I think that's an extraordinarily important principle, and one that I hope we all live our lives by.
Do you follow that principle without ever intentionally violating it?
I try to.
But do you, in fact?
I don't know if I can give you an example of me not doing that in the near future, or in the recent past.
You love all these people in this hotel just as much as you love yourself? Really?
I think I'm not a theologian. I try to live by a moral code. I try to treat others as I would be treated. I try to, I don't want to take it too literally, like saying love thyself.
Oh, so you don't really love other people as much as you love yourself, right?
That's funny. No, treat others as you would wish to be treated.
That's a different principle.
Well, it is.
I was asking you about love thy neighbor as thyself.
Where are you going with this?
Well, I'm trying to investigate your thinking about moral principles, and we've discovered a few interesting things, I think.
Well, sometimes I don't think people think about these things as much as they possibly should, and maybe I need to think about these things a little bit more as well.
Some more words of wisdom.
Thanks.